oh, I put 93 in mine, keep mine cleaned out. No, octane doesn't clean out anything. It just keeps the motor from pinging under light loads. And potentially in the long run causing any piston damage. So I run 87 or 89 in mine, and I've never noticed a difference at all. It runs perfect. And I got buddies with the same kind of engines, and you hear them say, I only use high octane, I only use 93. Well, if it makes you feel better, go ahead. I take all that extra money and put it into a trip. Go somewhere, do something. If you really want to get a conversation started, get around a bunch of motorcycles and ask them about oil or tires or octane. Everybody's got their own opinion, and that's just fine. Everybody's entitled to their own opinion. But I normally try to base something like that on research. Of course, tires are such a subjective thing. You could take 4 different motorcycles and put the same tire on them and 4 different riders and get 4 different results from the wear of the tire. Somebody like me that's on the extreme will wear the tires out pretty fast, chew the edges off of them. Get other guys, maybe they live in Florida, or maybe they live out west where it's long, flat, straight roads. They may wear the center out of them, get 18,000 miles out of a set of tires. I don't think I've ever got 18,000 miles out of a set of any tires on any Goldwing, and this is my 3rd one. And I do watch my air pressure. I have a compressor at home in the garage, and I set the pressures and check the oils and change my own oil. I change my own tires. I take my tires off and take them to the shop. So, you know, you can get different opinions on the same thing. So on Facebook, in a group forums or something of that nature, and somebody says, what kind of oil do you use? Grab a bag of popcorn, have a seat. That'll take a while. How many of you like to travel on a motorcycle? And how many of you like to travel alone on a motorcycle? It's always fun to have somebody with you. But I do enjoy the solo trips. I like to get out, get on the road, think about things, muddle through stuff in my mind. Every corner of my mind has got another turn that surprises me. Most of the time I have to have my one brain tell the other brain, slow down, you're going to get hurt. Well, I was on my way home from my last trip down to South Georgia, North Florida, and I broke that wind wing right there on the mirror. Thought I was going to have to buy another set. Ain't real bad. It's $62, $63 a set. or Baker Wings. Met a new fellow on Facebook this past week. He's got a 1980 1100 Gold Wing that he's doing a whole lot of work to get him back on the road. He got down to where he needed a rear tire, and he had no way to get the bike off the ground. So he lives close to me. I told him to come by and get my jack. When he was there picking the jack up, we were talking, and he liked my Gold Wing, and so we were talking. I was explaining it to him. I pointed out where our bird had struck that wind wing right there and broke it. He said, hold on a second. He went out to his truck, he come back, and he handed me one just exactly what I needed. He said a friend of mine knocked a mirror off of one of his, and he had to buy a set. He had one extra, so he gave it to me. Wow. How much you want for this? Oh, I don't want nothing for that. You can loan me your jack. That was awful nice of him. And he brought the jack back yesterday. He was telling me about he got his tire back on, and he was getting everything put back together and getting ready to ride. I can't wait till he gets it on the road. I want to see it. I want to ride with him. I'd like to have a late 70s, early 80s standard Gold Wing before they put all the fairings and stuff on it. I'd really like to have one like that. Make it showroom stock. That would be nice. There's several bikes I'd really like to have. I just don't have room or the finances for it. I'd love to have a 1979 to 81 CB900F. I think that's one of the best, prettiest bikes ever made. I'd love to have the new model Yamaha VMAX power cruiser with 200 horsepower. Oh boy, I probably don't need that bike. There's a lot of people, my friends would tell you I don't need that bike. Who needs anything? But I want it. This is a really nice little community, Bradyville. I always have to be careful on this road. There's several corners where when it rains, just like right there, there's gravel comes off of the side streets or the driveways and gets out in the road. And we had some really bad thunderstorms the last couple of days, so it's probably washed gravel out on the road. like somebody might be putting a pool in over there. I have a friend that's got a Kawasaki Ninja ZX-10. It's probably got over 200 horsepower in it. He was riding this road one day, and he come out of one of the corners and hit a long straightaway. He said he was running about 175 miles an hour, and he had switched out of fairings, changed the color of the bike from green to red. Only he bought some fairings from overseas, and